Welcome back to another episode of Mixed Up with Nutmegan. Today, we're going to go gather those resources that we decided we needed to finish stocking our new store, Lamps and Stuff. The first place we're going to go is out to the coral reef to get sea pickles, which, by the way, are not plants. They are animals. They're part of the same family as starfish, sea urchins, and sand dollars, and are also tasty cuisine used in Asian cultures and also used in the medical industry, if you didn't know that already. So let's head off to the coral reef and get those sea pickles, and then we'll jump on over to the Nether. Before we head over into the Nether, I wanted to stop at some of my builds and just put in some ornamental pumpkin patches so that we can start harvesting some pumpkins for our Lands Plus store. I'm not expecting a real run on jack-o'-lanterns. I think just a couple of them will be enough until I have time to build a larger pumpkin farm that will produce pumpkins for the farm. So we're going to go on up here and plant some pumpkins. Here I am in the Nether, in front of the kill chamber for the Guardian Farm, where we collect the various sea monument resources that Roosely, MC Redman X, and I use to stock the Guardian Farm at the Market District. So I'm hoping, since it's in a soul sand valley, that we can find most of the other resources we need from the Nether. But our first and foremost objective is going to be finding, hopefully, a fortress where we can get the blaze rods. So let's just carefully peek around here and find a safe place to get out and head out on our adventure to gather those resources. Let's see if we can find a fortress out here somewhere. Very carefully. Well, I certainly was not expecting the fortress piece of our quest to go as easily as it did. I was so happy that we found a fortress relatively easily. So I've come back here and built a blaze spawner at the fortress that we found. And I don't have the footage to share with you of that, but I'm going to go ahead and take you in and give you a tour of the spawner that we built. So here is a safe room that we built around this area of the fortress to get in. Me and doors, I am so not good with the doors. This is the top of the spawner area. This is the level that the actual spawner is on, is where this row of cobblestone is right here. And then if we go downstairs, here, a couple levels, is where the actual blaze spawner is. Here you will see it. Here's our blaze spawner. I've turned the volume down so that it won't bug us. So we're going to go get a sword because we're going to need it here in a second to get rid of all these and clear the tank. So there's the spawner up top. We put 6 blocks down from the spawner for the blazes to lower themselves and be out of the range of the spawner so that it will continually spawn new ones. And that's the ledge that you see them all sitting on right there. That's 6 blocks. We needed, we, we played with a couple different models, but this is what we finally ended up with. We needed 2 air spaces on all the sides of the spawner and 2 on top. But we do have a half slab right over the spawner to prevent them from being able to get stuck on top of the spawner. And we found that that was the most efficient way to get, on average, 2 to 3 blazes every spawn. I know you can get up to 4 if we were to expand this one more out, but we didn't feel like we really needed that additional size. Um, Mostly because once they drop down, you can see they get stuck on this ledge. Well, a ledge of 1 was easy enough to clear them off using pistons, but a ledge of 2 would have been more difficult. We could have done it, I guess, in series and just dumped them from one ledge to the next, but this seemed to be the most efficient and easy model for us to build. And maybe in the future we'll play around with a bigger yield, but capturing 1 more didn't seem like that big of a deal. So we used this button up here to power the pistons to shove them off of those ledges where they get stuck and get them all down in this 4x4 area, which is easier to kill them in. Let's switch to the sword. And clear the tank. And then below that, once they're killed, we have this chest here to collect the blaze rods out and clear them out. So in our original design, we accidentally cleared just a little too much space, and I'll show you down here. We ended up clearing a couple extra layers down at the bottom, but that's okay because that worked out perfect, because down here I put in some porous fruit plants that we could harvest to go with our end rods. To go with our blaze rods to make the end rods. Unfortunately, I didn't realize. Well, I knew it, but once I built a farm, it kind of dawned on me. It's like, well, that's silly. I can't actually AFK down here because then I'm out of range of the blaze spawner and it stops producing blazes. But I can come down here periodically and harvest these and set them back up, and then run back upstairs and and start attacking our blazes again. I also put in some soul sand here so I could start growing some nether wart for our potions, since that will also grow while we're down here. So yeah, that will help with our end rod production, and we'll have that covered. Here I am back at the new shop, and right now I feel like the pellet is just a wreck in there. There are some holes in the floor. There's a bunch of random wool everywhere. I don't know where the boundaries really are, because it's kind of an open platform. So what I'd like to do is just clear it all out, put some of this even stone in to make one clean palette, and then we can start eyeballing where we want to put the entrance, where we want the walls to be, and building some little vignettes to display and sell our lights. So let's get started. Seeing the completion of the light chop is so satisfying. But there's one more thing I want to do here in the market district before I go home, and that's to get a gift for Roosely, who has been working really high, way high up in the top of our new build. And I think getting him an Electra would make things so much easier for him. Did I remember my diamonds? No. Okay, so let's first go over here to the ender chest, which, by the way, I wanted to buy a couple of these too. So we'll need 20 diamonds for the Electra, 5. And we need, I think it's 2 diamonds, yeah, for the ender chest. So 2 of these for 2 diamonds. Do we have, okay, we're going to use the ender chest later. Anyway, and then let's go over here and get the Electra. Oh, yep, magma cubes, right, and here's the Electra. And they are 20 diamonds. So did we get it? Yeah, okay, so I think we put it in these chests with the fireworks, maybe? I'm sure he'll see a stack of 20 and understand that we bought an Electra and not rockets. Roosely can come buy his own rockets if he wants that. Okay, so Roosely's online right now, so we're going to quickly leave this box here for him, put the Electra inside, and run upstairs like nothing has happened. And then hopefully he'll catch it soon, and we'll just have to wait until that happens. But that's the end of this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it, and that you'll join us again soon for another episode of Mixed Up with Nutmegan. Later!